spill all the beans for the good interview because we have some great things in store for you. But yeah, we have Instagram also and Twitter. So for those of you,
Hey yo, what's good, man? Cigar Rock here, man. Chillin', man. Yo, watching Champagne.
What's up, yo? This is Big Meth right here. And y'all watching Champagne.
Jerv, stand up. It's your boy Sheik Luch, LOX, D Block, man. Champagne TV, you already know. I'm gonna be hosting like game shows and shit on that shit.
What's up? This is your girl, Digga, birth name Rashia, and you are watching Champagne.
This is Red Man, I'm in the building, you already know. Shout out to the Champagne Room Radio Show, baby.
Y'all, this is Can't Go Kid from legendary rap group UTFO. And what you're doing right now is you're checking out the Champagne Room Radio Show. You heard?
Yo, this your boy Krystle from the old 50 boy. And when I'm out chilling, I'm chilling at the Champagne Room Radio with Tanya Champagne, getting it in Brick City style.
Yeah, what's up? This Trigger Trench here. Nip, Naughty Nation, Naughty by Nature doing it. Yo, you better check out the Champagne Room because we doing over my mama T. Yo, and it's gonna be real on and popping, yo. Ask somebody, yo. Can't take you nowhere, that's why I take your ass everywhere. Tune in.
She is live on radio. Tony Champagne.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes,
You're not
yes.
entering the Champagne Room.
It's time to unwind. No school, this is a recess. I'm getting right. Drinking light, listen to GS. I'm sitting down at GS. You know, Jersey, home station. You know, you gotta beat this. The unsigned artist interview. New tunes, the Champagne Room. Hot topic, she get the deepest. So beat this. Call up so you can speak in. Exotic music. Even some for your deacon. School's out. And you home for the weekend? No doubt. Don't even start tweaking in this wasteland. Rock bottom, changing the seasons, yeah. What? While we sitting at the GS, it's time to unwind. No school, this is a recess. While I'm sitting down at GS. Yeah. While I'm sitting down at GS.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes,
You're not
yes.
entering the Champagne Room.
Radio.
Call in 973-900-6453.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Tanya Champagne, and you are tuned in live to GS Radio Newark. We are inside the Champagne Room, and you guys already know how I do. I have to give it up to God. I have to make sure that I tell God, thank you for each and everything that He has done for us. Thank Him for each and every day. Thank Him for each and every hour, every minute, every second, and I don't know, millisecond, I don't care, everything. But I got to say thank you to my Lord and Savior before I start anything. So we are here and we are live in the Champagne Room again. GS Radio Newark is doing their thing. And I have a very, very special guest in the building right now. It is none other than my baby girl, Krystle Allen. And she is from Oz Like Mine. And you guys need to say hello and I need to get her. I'm so happy that you finally made it here.
yes, me too. I'm really great. I'm gonna just thank you for inviting me, extending the invitation to be on your show today. Really, really excited.
Absolutely. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to get you on here for some time now. When I was in the last space, we was trying to get you on here. Sweetie, can you just do me a favor and push that middle microphone to her so she can no, not the mic itself, but the whole thing, yeah. So she can. There you go. So I can hear her better, and we can get the levels on the U-string that we need. Okay. All right. So say something.
Hey.
And then I'm gonna need you to move over a little bit because you are so in the camera. There you go.
Thank
So
you.
yes. So Krystle, we have I see that you have been doing a lot of beautiful things here in the city of Newark, and I see that Oz Like Mine is growing. you know, and that is definitely a beautiful thing. I love the fact of the things that you do and the fact that you support other people. That is just, you know, something that I feel is really beautiful. But here in the Champagne Room, we always start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So from the beginning, I'm going to ask you, what did you decide, or when did you decide that you were going to do Eyes Like Mine, and you was going to create Eyes Like Mine?
Well, it's a funny start-off story. I actually thought about starting Eyes Like Mine on the toilet. Yes, I really was. I was going through a little breakup, and I was feeling bad for myself. And I thought about why I was feeling bad for myself, and I thought about the person that I was thinking about and how they wasn't thinking about me.
Wow.
And so I said, maybe I should start an organization. I really did just say that.
Wow.
And then I called up one of my good friends and asked her if she wanted to start it, and she said yeah. And
Nice.
then we just kept on growing and learning as we go,
Right.
and thinking of different ways to bring awareness to our cause.
Okay. So, of course, people are going to want to know what Eyes Like Mine is all about. So, I need you to, your mission. What is your mission? What the entire overview of Eyes Like Mine?
So Eyes Like Mine is a corporation, and it's a 501c3 tax-exempt non-for-profit organization.
Okay.
And it was established in 2014. Our mission is to share awareness about the abilities and potential of individuals with vision loss through community service initiatives,
Right.
comprehensive empowerment workshops, and innovative social change awareness events.
Okay. Very good. And you have you've been doing a lot of great things. I saw the things that you were doing. Well, first of all, I met you through doing the Dear Jersey event. I met you through the collaboration you did with Social Moments and Boys Life. Big ups to Rudolph, to Mr. Billboard P, and to my girl Tabitha and everybody. Big ups to them. But I
My
met
Gemini
you.
crew.
Oh God, yeah, you guys are Geminis, right?
Yes,
oh,
we are.
Lord, I don't know what to do. But I just feel that, just seeing all of the things that you have been a part of, and then you came and you were a part of the dance parade that we did.
Yes.
And you're so supportive. In supporting, do you find that you are getting the support that you need for Eyes Like Mine?
Yeah, I feel like the support is given back to me. We all, it's a kind of a foreign area for some people who are not really sure about blindness and the culture of blindness. So right away, sometimes some people might be a little iffy, but after they become to learn that, hey, this could be me too, or it could be my relative or my loved one, and if it was me or them, what would I do? What would be my backup plan? What would be my resource? And then when they learn about some of the small work that Eyes Like Mine has been doing, and then they learn about the other organizations that help people with vision loss in New Jersey, then it becomes, a community of people where it's like we're really here for the cause collectively.
Okay. Because that was actually about to be my next question to you. Are there many organizations here in New Jersey that
Oh yes,
really?
Yes,
Okay.
it's plenty. One that's kind of notorious is the National Federation of the Blind, which I'm a
Right, I
proud
heard of
member
that.
of. They're nationwide, and they have several chapters throughout New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
There's Beyond the Eyes, which is another nonprofit organization
Okay.
based out in West Orange. Mr. James Jacey is the founder there. There's the Visionary Trailblazers. Deborah Alexander
Wow.
is the president there. And then there's the Vision Loss Alliance. And even a cornea transplant company called Eversight, New Jersey, which is in Clark, where they help with vision restoration for eye conditions that are candidates for it.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. And what is the one that, what's his name, D-Roy does?
Oh, D-Roy, yes, my man D-Roy, the Greater Vision Foundation.
Greater Vision, right.
Yes. They started off because of an eye condition that both him and his sister hold called Stargardt's disease.
Okay.
And that's how I met him, through being a speaker at one of his first events.
Okay.
And we just maintain supporting each other in our journey.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. He's so talented. Oh my God.
Yes.
He is so very talented. And, you know, just watching him perform and all of that. And even baby girl, oh my God,
Brittany.
Brittany. What's the other one?
Naquilla.
Quilla.
Yes.
That's G Baby's sister, right?
Yes.
That's
Yep.
my baby girl. I love to see her perform. And that energy, I mean, with all the dancing and all the stuff that she does, that is such a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Such a beautiful thing. And it just, you know, goes to show you that, you know, nothing is a handicap. Like, you can basically do anything you want to do, regardless of what your limitations might be, you know, and a lot of people need to know that. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
So who came up with the idea of the Dancing with the Blind?
So it was a conversation that me and my vice president, Naquilla, had with each other. You know, she is a great performer, very talented, and we were thinking of a way to, like, incorporate fitness, fun,
Right.
and awareness.
Right.
And we thought about the show Dancing with the Stars.
Right,
And
right.
we decided to have our own version, which is called Dancing with the Blind.
Nice.
And it's pretty much a program that spans between 6 to 12 weeks. We do an information session, and then we pair people with sight with others with either limited sight or no sight.
Okay.
And they have to create their own genre of dance,
Right.
have a name for their team,
Oh.
and the finale is when they compete against each other.
Right.
And so far we've done 2 Dancing with the Blind competitions. Our first one was in 2016, and our winner, he's a cancer survivor and my longtime friend,
Nice.
Brandon Scott.
Okay.
And the second year's winner, which was last year in 2017, was Justin Wolf.
Okay.
And, you know, he has a condition where he had like a tumor on his brain.
Oh, okay.
And he had to go through some chemotherapy. So it kind of like shows that there is still life after blindness.
Right, right.
You know, you can be successful. You can do anything that you're determined enough to do,
That's
just
right.
by trying first.
That's right. That's right. That is so awesome. And seeing her dancing with the mayor. Oh my
Oh,
God. I couldn't believe it. You know, that's my god brother. So just see him dancing, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't
Yes.
believe it.
I just have to tell you one thing about Mayor Baraka. Like, I love Mayor Baraka. I love him.
Yes, he's a sweetheart.
He was so patient. He was so engaged by like how he was really going to get this done.
Right.
And he was just ready, but he wasn't so ready the first rehearsal because he had on his church shoes, we call them, because we could hear him coming a mile away with them tappers on.
Yes.
And we told him, we was like, Mayor Baraka, you're going to have to put on some sneakers next time. And he was just so, his energy was just there. So
Awesome.
it was a great time. And, you know, it's great when you can have people like him and other leaders in our city to support something like people with different abilities, you know,
Right,
because we can be like a forgotten community because not everybody is affected by having a disability of any kind.
Right.
And then when they encounter us and become receptive to our lifestyles, it's a really rewarding feeling.
Right. Because I actually had a young lady. Well, she was on the Devious Fridays show that we have here on GS Radio Newark, and she has a organization for deaf. And she said something to us, and she told us for about 10 minutes to just turn a television on, but turn the volume down with nothing, with no sound. And she said, just see how long you can go, through that without without having any sound. A person that always has sound kind of takes it for granted. So it was just beautiful, because the way she was saying it was like, and then we tried it. Devious tried it himself, I tried it myself, and I'm like, wow, you don't really understand it, until someone actually tells you, like, to do something like that, and it was just the experience it was just an awesome experience. But she was actually trying to do a television program for deaf people, whereas she does all of the hand signals, the sign language. Yeah, but she does the sign language. She was teaching people the sign language and everything. Like, it was just a beautiful thing. But we've had some awesome people on this show, and so I'm definitely, again, happy that you are here, because people need to be aware, of things like this.
Yes.
So I'm glad you're here to tell us all about that.
Yes, I'm glad to be here. We try to exercise people first language, so instead of the deaf person, it would be the person who is deaf. Or instead of the blind person, it's the person who is vision impaired, or the person who is blind. And handicap, that terminology is a dinosaur terminology, because now we use the new term, which is differently able, or a person with a disability, because we want to be recognized for who we are first.
Right.
Our blindness, our different ability, it's just another accessory to our lifestyle. It's not who we actually are. We are people, just like anyone else.
Right. Okay. Differently able. I'm gonna have to start saying that. I'm gonna have to remember that. Differently able. I'm gonna remember that. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. You learn things. You don't always know. So I've always been open to learning. Because I don't think there's anything out here. I don't think I know everything. So I'm always open to learning. So differently able.
Yes.
Nice. I'm gonna continue to think about that, because I got to think about it to remember it. So, because I'm like differently able when it comes to my little mind, because sometimes I forget a lot. So
It's okay. It's all right.
But okay. So tell us all about the vision for the Miss Blind Diva pageant. Yes, tell us about that.
So that actually stemmed from a nickname I gave myself when I was attending Essex County College.
Okay.
And I was becoming very noticeable because of my cane. Like, oftentimes people stared at me a lot because I was walking with a cane, and I never understood why people would just stop in mid-conversation and just look at me when they see me coming through. And then not only would they just stop, they would start to say references like, oh, there go the blind girl. Or they'll start whispering loud like I can't hear them.
Right, like you can't hear. Like, I don't know why people do that.
But I decided that, as a source of kind of bringing them a little awareness, I would make them call me the blind diva instead of the blind girl. And like, I was noticed for wearing 4-inch heels or better and walking with my cane and, just by myself, strolling around independently, because that's who I am.
Right.
And so when we started Eyes Like Mine, and we were thinking of innovative ways to reach the community and, incorporate people with vision impairments to be a part of our journey, we decided we wanted to start with a nomination selection, and that was during our first year anniversary with Eyes Like Mine at Diamonds in the Rough on Clay Street. So the nomination came for Trisha Ebel to be our first actual crowned Miss Blind Diva at our anniversary.
Okay.
And what a Miss Blind Diva is everything on the up and up. Everything positive. She's working, she's volunteering, she's going to school, she's taking care of business, being an entrepreneur, and she's not allowing her vision loss to interfere with any success that she wants to reach in life, small or large. And she's rocking it out in style. You know, she's coordinated. She has her cane. She's walking in heels or some nice flats. But she's just doing her thing and being that emblem of self-advocacy to empower communities to be aware of what's out there and what's available to them. So then, since we had our nomination, we wanted to go to a full-fledged pageant.
Okay.
And last year was our first pageant ever, and it was so awesome that it was the first pageant in the city of Newark for vision impaired and blind women. And you know, it allowed us to kind of put a little history in Newark because it caters to all of the needs of a woman with vision loss from any level. So this year we're excited, and we have some great things in store for the pageant this year.
Awesome, awesome. And your sponsors, you got to talk about Ashley Stewart. You got to say something about Ashley Stewart.
So we have a slew of sponsors supporting us this year, and we started with Ashley Stewart Store of Newark, which is right at 202 Springfield Avenue here in Newark. And they welcomed us with open arms. Nicole Goodman is the store manager, and Phyllis Stewart is her supervisor. And we held our casting for the pageant back in February. And we were looking for near and far for our contestants of this year. And we were lucky and fortunate enough to be able to use the doors of Ashley Stewart to start off with introducing the idea of the pageant. We gave all the ladies a pageant kit that showed the rules and regulations of how to participate. It's not just a beauty pageant. It's about empowering each other, about building a bond and sisterhood, and increasing their independent living skills. So we have workshops, we had rehearsals, and Ashley Stewart was one of our first sponsors because they opened up their doors to us to allow us to use the space to do some interactive casting. So what we did was we gave the ladies a challenge to go through the store to try to find an outfit that they think would represent a diva. And whoever had the best outfit, they won the challenge that day. And then they had to talk about why they felt they should be a part of the Miss Blind Diva Empowerment Pageant. So by the end of the day, we left with 8 women who were interested in participating. And there was one who came as far as Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, wow. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Oh, okay. And the other sponsors, because you do have other sponsors. We don't want to forget any sponsors.
Yes, so we have the city of Newark who is sponsoring us this year.
Absolutely.
We have the Greater Vision Foundation, Butterfly Rhythm LLC, Curvaceous Boutique, which is also known for the Face of Curvaceous competition for the curvy lady. We have the Paper Mill Playhouse, NJ Pack, Dorney Park, Outback Steakhouse, Bahama Breeze, who else? Oh, Mary Kay Consultants. There's so many, Costco. I'm trying to think of all of them all at once. But I can really say that we were very, very blessed and fortunate. And we now have GS Radio Newark sponsoring. Yes. The Mocha Lounge. It's just really, really great to know that, although I may have vision loss, I always say this, that I have a renewed vision for my life and a renewed vision in spite of my limited physical vision. My vision that I have is to be able to help and touch as many lives as I can touch with the
Beautiful.
work of my organization and the people who are a part of the organization. Niquilla Wright, Brandon Scott, Justin Bonds, Jessica Cisco, Tabitha Reeves.
Yes.
You know, all of
Tab.
these people.
That's my girl.
Yes, they believe in what we're doing, and it's just really, really great. And I'm so happy and I'm so blessed.
Yes, absolutely. And Tabitha is a jewel. I love her so much. She has helped me in many times. She's definitely a blessing. I appreciate her so much. And Billboard, I appreciate him so much too.
Yes.
Like, they are such supportive people, and I would do anything for them because they have no problem with supporting. So that is a beautiful thing. You have so many sponsors and so many people that are backing you. And yes, we will be there on Saturday. GS Radio Newark will be there. We're going to have our cameras out, and we're going to be doing, as much as we possibly can. Maybe little interviews, drops, all kinds of stuff, pictures, video, we do what we do.
Yes.
But it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to definitely be a beautiful day. And I have to say shout out to your dad, whom I love so dearly. I love that man. He is such a blessing.
Yes.
Such a blessing. So I see where you get it from. You definitely got it honestly, because he is definitely a blessing. I love him.
Yes, my dad has been a part of a lot of my milestones in my life, especially since I became visually impaired. This year will be 18 years in August.
Okay.
And a lot of things that people would have said to me, Krystle, you're being very ambitious. Like, one of the first people I would tell about what I want to do would be my father.
Right.
And he'll be right there. He'll probably, give me some little critiques and such.
Right.
But for the most part, he's right there to guide me and assist me and support me in the ways that he knows how to do.
Awesome.
And, it's really, really great to have that. It's great to have your family and
Right.
friends be a part of something that you have a vision for.
Right. And he's awesome. And I didn't even know at first that he was your dad. I just used to be like, where's this little man going? 'Cause, I'm a little lady, so I'm like, where's this little man going?
Well, I got his
Where I know him
face.
from?
I got his face.
Yes, he is definitely awesome. And he helps people a lot also, so you have it honestly, and that's kind of rare, because it's not a lot of fathers that are out there like that with their children, so that's really rare. So you said it's been 18 years. So how old were you when?
Well, I was just about to turn 16, and yeah, so it will be 18 years in this August.
Okay.
And I don't know, do you want me to talk about
Go
that?
ahead, sweetie, get to talking.
Oh.
It's your time.
Well, I have a condition called eczema, skin condition, and I've had it since I was 5. And my mom's side of the family, they're from Honduras, and so they would bring a lot of remedies to try to heal my skin, and nothing wasn't really showing too many great results. So I began to see a dermatologist in Brooklyn, and his name, by the way, was Michael Jackson.
Wow.
And he really gave me great results. He really did. For the first time at the age of 15, I was wearing shorts and feeling comfortable showing my skin because I had really big scaly patches on my skin.
Right.
And my skin would be rough and tough, and for a whole week I couldn't walk because my joints had locked because my skin became so hard to manage.
Wow.
And when I began to go under his treatment, I was seeing a lot of great results. My skin was all one shade, and it was clean and cleared up. But as a result of his treatment, I started experiencing headaches all day, every day after a year of his treatment, and being very fatigued, not being able to lift up my head without it hurting.
Right.
and being unbalanced when I was walking because my equilibrium was kind of like off balance.
Okay.
So we learned that the reason it started was because I developed a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, and that started from what we later on found out was that some of the medication that the dermatologist prescribed to me contained an ingredient called tetracycline,
Okay.
and it was in several medications, so that initiated the pseudotumor. And pseudo means false, so I don't actually have a tumor on my brain,
Right.
but I have all of the symptoms of a brain tumor. And so what happens is I build excessive fluid around my brain, my optic nerves, and my spine. And all of us have a head pressure in our head. When you have a headache,
Right.
when you have tenderness, that's head pressure.
Right.
And like the increase of pain is kind of like the increase of the head pressure. And normal levels is between 12 and 16 head pressure.
Okay.
But my head pressure would rise to 38, and that's
Wow.
almost like borderline brain aneurysm.
Wow.
So to treat it, I had 2 eye surgeries and 21 spinal taps,
Oh, wow.
and 1 temporary shunt in my head. And the spinal tap, if you folks who went into labor, you know what an epidural is.
Oh, please. Yes.
So the spinal tap is a bigger, longer, more painful needle
Wow.
that you have to put on a vertebrae in your back to release the cerebral spinal fluid. All of us have cerebral spinal fluid to like keep our brain healthy and protected.
Right.
And because the weight of the fluid around my brain was making my brain move forward onto my optic nerves, which was kind of assisting with the deterioration of my vision. And because we have a skull to protect our brain, it was seen like a barrier, so it wouldn't, it would move backward onto my spinal cord,
Wow.
which would then offset my equilibrium, which would offset my balance.
Wow.
And so the temporary shunt that I had, it was just a catheter placed on the area in my brain to measure how much fluid I would build in different positions, sitting, laying down, laying flat, on my side. And like, you know, those little baggies you see in the hospital for people who are dehydrated or have the intravenous fluid.
Right.
So those have 500 cc's in it. And mine, I would fill one of those bags up. Well, 3 of those bags up in 1 hour because of the amount of fluid I was building around my
Wow.
brain. So, with the grace of God and all of the blessings that have been poured into my life,
Yes.
I have not had to have a spinal tap in about 6 years.
Nice.
And
God is so good.
my vision, I'm able to see hand motion and light in my left eye, so I can tell when the lights are on or off. And in my right eye, I look out of the side, which is my peripheral, and is very, very blurry. So I'm not able to determine a lot of detail, but I can still see some things when I'm close enough, seeing when somebody's smiling,
Right.
and some colors, and even some text. But because of the deterioration in my optic nerves, I'm not able to wear eyeglasses or corrective lenses of any kind because the optometrists have to put a set dose in the lenses. And because my vision is weak and strong on any given day, that can interfere with the current stability.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Wow. So you are a walking miracle, girl. You are a walking miracle. That is so, I mean, God is so good. That just goes to show you how awesome God is. Because it's you know, just listening to you and what you're saying, because I'm actually going through this whole thing with the cyst on my pituitary, on the pituitary portion of my brain. You know, so they were checking it to try to make sure that the cyst didn't get any larger, you know, and things, you know, that's the part of your brain that functions your period, your hormones, the milk that for your breast when you're pregnant and you're having kids, all of that functions in that part of the brain. And it has a lot to do with the fact that I wasn't able to have any more children after I had her. And then with the after I lost my son, I lost my son. Actually, he was 5 months in 2001, so I lost my son.
Wow.
My back from the epidural actually it caused the nerves in my back. The discs are hitting nerves in my back, and those nerves are the nerves that are functioning in my legs and feet, as well as like my shoulders and arms. Sometimes it's crazy how one nerve can affect so many different parts of your body.
Yes.
So I take like a night medication to help me sleep. I take something for the spasms, because sometimes I get a lot of spasms in the back of my neck. So they checked, they did the CT, the MRI on my brain and all of that stuff, because, they were making sure that I didn't have an aneurysm and all of that. But, God has been good. God has been good.
Yes, He has.
And to hear your story, and like I said, some people take things for granted so much. So to hear your story, I was trying to hold, I wasn't trying to cry over here, because it's just touching, to know that you went through all of that, and that you came out, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. That's just, God is just good,
Yes, He is.
all the time. But,
Yes.
I just really, really am so happy again that you made it here, that you came through. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you in all 232 plus countries that are watching the Champagne Room show on GS Radio Newark. And just letting you guys know that, and the thing is, I'm glad they got the whole translation thing, because they're like from different countries, but they're able to translate the English to their country. So that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So I'm just happy that they're able to hear your story. I'm happy that they're able to see all of the great things that you are doing, and to know that nothing stopped you. That is just awesome. That is just awesome. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. So is there anything that you would like to say lastly, and then give your handles and everything, and how they can get in contact with you and all that good stuff?
Well, I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity and this opening up your platform to let me reach your audience. And, maybe what we shared today can be a resource for someone else who is dealing with their adjustment to vision loss, because it's a continuous life experience, adjustment to vision loss. Some people can adapt quicker, and some people it takes them time, because it's a grieving period. It's dealing with something that you lost.
Right.
And it's now introducing you to a whole new community of something you probably thought you wouldn't have known before. But once you get embedded into the community, it shouldn't be too much that stops you, because there's really no grass that really grows under my feet too much.
Okay.
And I always say, I don't party in pity, I party in heels.
Okay. That's right.
So, I'm just like very happy and very excited. June 2nd, well, actually tomorrow, June 1st, is our press release event, and it's going to be a little preview to the pageant. As I told you, there's 7 ladies who are participating for the crown this year, one from Florida. The rest are from different parts of New Jersey as far as Keyport. Okay. There's one representing Newark who attends Rutgers currently, and she's totally blind. We have 2 women who are both deaf-blind, and that was a really rewarding experience, because I was not educated on the culture of deafblindness.
Right.
And this pageant this time around has given me that opportunity. So shout out to Tara, Joanna, Laura, Clarice, Tamila, Jamisha, and to Keisha, because those are all of the ladies who are participating in our pageant this year.
Shout out to you guys.
Yes, and we're going to actually reveal who won the YouTube challenge tomorrow night, because they were challenged to create a 3 to 5 minute video displaying their independence.
Okay.
And we're going to be viewing those videos tomorrow night.
Okay.
And selecting who won the Miss Independent YouTube challenge on tomorrow night.
Nice.
Whoever has the most accumulated views will be will take the title for Miss Independent, and then the next day will be our actual pageant.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to having Miss Deja Vu from WBLS to be our motivational speaker on tomorrow.
Right.
And it's just going to be an awesome, awesome time to see who takes the actual ultimate crown of Miss Blind Diva 2018. So come check us out.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I will make sure in GS Radio will be in the building. We will be on location at the Miss Blind Diva pageant. Yes, we will.
Yes.
And we're going to be bringing it to you guys to let you guys see what exactly is going on and how it goes down at the Miss Blind Diva pageant.
Yes.
That's what's up. So give everybody your handles and how we get in contact with you.
So you can follow us on Twitter at Eyes Like Mine Inc., Facebook.com/Eyes Like Mine Inc., and Instagram at Eyes Like Mine Inc. also. And our website is www.eyeslikeMine.org. Email info@eyeslikeMine.org or projectmanager@eyeslikeMine.org. And our phone number 862-600-2144. So if you need any addresses for tomorrow and Saturday, you can look on our Facebook page and go to our website for any resources related to vision loss.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you guys heard it right here, exclusively in the Champagne Room Radio Show on GS Radio Newark with your host, Tanya Champagne. You heard it right here first. So make sure you guys make it out on Saturday. And it's located?
The Clubhouse, which is 205 Spruce Street. It's going to start at 5 p.m., over at 8 p.m., and the doors open at 4 p.m. There are tickets being sold, so you might want to jump on that advance ticket price because it will be $10 more at the door.
All right. That's what's up. And you guys, again, I said you want to be there. I mean you want to be there. I didn't say that because I had nothing else to say, okay? You guys really want to be there. And to just, if nothing else, just to support, the Eyes Like Mine organization and, and all of the wonderful people that are going to be a part of this. So you already know it's about that time to go. And I'm going to actually put the flyer back up so you guys can actually see the flyer. And, because I had the flyer up. So I'm going to put the flyer back up. I snatched it off the out of my instant message you sent me. So I do have the flyer. So the flyer will be up with all of the information for the Miss Blind Diva pageant that's going to be going on. So you guys, please, again, support. Support is so important. It takes nothing to hit a share or a like or tag. It takes nothing to do that, nothing at all. You guys share all that craziness, share something positive and something beautiful on today. And again, make sure you take care of you. And again, it's your girl Tanya Champagne, and we are out of here. GS Radio Newark, our radio station. Thank you for being here, my girl.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, we are definitely.
You can rest finish.
Hey, yo, what's good, man? Cigar Rock here, man. Chillin', man. Yo, watching Champagne.
What's up, y'all? This is Big Meth right here. And y'all watching Champagne.
Jerv, stand up. It's your boy Sheik Luch, LOX, D-Block, man.
Champagne TV, you already know. I'm gonna be hosting like game shows and shit on that shit.
What's up? This is your girl, Digga, birth name Rashia, and you are watching Champagne.
This is Red Man, I'm in the building, you already know. Shout out to the Champagne Room Radio Show, baby.
Y'all, this is Ken Go Kid from legendary rap group UTFO. And what you're doing right now is you're checking out the Champagne Room Radio Show. You heard? Yo, this your boy Krystle from the 050 boy. And when I'm out chillin', I'm chilling at the Champagne Room Radio with Tanya Champagne, getting it in Brick City style.
Yeah, what's up? This Trigger Trench here. Nip, 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 Naughty Nation, Naughty by Nature doing it. Yo, you better check out the Champagne Room, cause we doing over my mama T. Yo, and it's gonna be real on and popping, yo. Ask somebody, yo. Can't take you nowhere, that's why I take your ass everywhere. Tune in.
Welcome to the Champagne Room. Relax, I got you.
GS Live Radio. Tony Champagne.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes,
You're not entering the Champagne Room.
It's time to unwind. No school, this is a recess. I'm getting right. Drinking light, listen to GS. I'm sitting down at GS. You know, Jersey, own station. You know, you gotta beat this. The unsigned artist interview. New tunes, the Champagne Room. Hot topics, she get the deepest. So peep this. Call up so you can speak in. Exotic music. Even some for your deacon. School's out. And you home for the weekend? No doubt. Don't even start tweaking this wasteland. Rock bottom, changing the seasons. Yeah, what? While we sitting at the GS, it's time to unwind. No school, this is a recess. While I'm sitting down at GS. Yeah. While I'm sitting down at GS.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes.
Welcome to the Champagne Room.
Yes.
You're not entering the Champagne Room.
Radio.
Call in 973-900-6453.